going on? Man, that was fast. I didn't expect for no one to be in here that quick. Usually it take 5 minutes for the live to start. What's going on, Donut Guy? How you doing tonight? This evening? Melanie? Oh yeah, Melanie is a new subscriber. How you doing tonight? Oh. Man, it is cold in Michigan. Are you a general? Okay, I heard the heck out of that. Gotta salute the general. I went live earlier today for just a little, like about an hour and 15 minutes. So I needed to go and do another video today, even though the algorithm is really not messing with me. When I check my stats, my videos ain't even making, they not even being seen by people for some reason. Yeah, no, it's, you know what, it's weird. It's cold tonight, followed by, how you doing, Frenchie? Or Francine. It was 35 degrees yesterday, man. I stood out on the porch around 10 o'clock last night, and it was nice out there compared to what it's been, right? It was been like 10 degrees, 15 degrees, but now today it seems cold as hell. So I was like, well, I won't be doing nothing tonight, but I ain't got nothing to do, man. I'm just, we were talking about this political cesspool shit earlier, and you know, people wanted to know about these Epstein files and the news lady that I guess came up missing, which at the time I didn't even hear about it, but I seen it today. But I still don't know anything about it, man. As far as they got people of interest that they looking at, so I don't really, when it comes to stuff like that, I'm very skeptical, because our media be lying to us all the time, man. They're like the government. They're not every news station, but a lot of them is just like, man, so what? They gonna find her and she gonna be all right. Oh, Hunter's World subscribe. I appreciate that, brother. Hold on. Tap in. Music Fan is my moderator, but Music Fan been at work all day. Music Fan should be tapping in a few minutes. Oh, there you go. I appreciate that. Jay's back. What's going on, Just Jay? We back at it again, man. I meant to drop a video today, which I did record one. There goes Music Fan. What's going on? I did record a video today, but I didn't like it, so I didn't upload it. I'm gonna record something else anyways. I got some other stuff I want to talk about. Look, Music Fan's talking about it. You see, that's what they were talking to me earlier about, the the Guthrie case. I don't know. Maybe I don't believe that stuff, man. It reminds me of that what was that gay dude's name? The black dude. His name is Jeremy Smollett. Remember when he said he got beat up by some white supremacists in Chicago, and then come to find out he got found to be lying and shit. and he got in trouble for it, and they were gonna send him to jail for lying. That's the kind of stuff they be doing, bro. They be lying, man. You know. But you know what? This case, yeah, Jesse Smollett, that's his name. This case might be a little bit true though, for the simple fact that, you know what, don't it, God? I've seen some evidence to where that could absolutely be the case, man. I didn't see no evidence. I just saw some social media evidence, but the way the mystery is surrounding that case with him, bro, I would not be surprised if they got him up out of there, because to go from a billionaire to just get knocked off in jail, I don't know, man. Yeah, but they do it though. They do it. It's that's the nature of our media, man. They be creating stories to create distractions, man. They want $6 million and the daughter has like 50 million. What's the hold up? She don't want to come off that 6 mil. She's like, I can think of 6 million better things to spend my money on than to get her back. She lucky it ain't the cartel, because they would have been asking for 15 mil. You know what? I never understood ransom cases, man. I thought that stuff was only in the movies, bro. Yeah, I thought that stuff was only in the movies, man. I promise I did, man. People still getting held for ransom. Here's one guy who went live just filming a cop car in front of the mom's house for like 8 hours and got 1.1 million views. Man, maybe I should drive out there and live stream it, man, and talk about where I'm at. I'll probably go viral in less than a half hour. The whole world will be on it. You know, those are real content creators, are the people that go travel to the scene and post stuff like that. But I said, man, I stay away from fake news, man. Speaking of Arizona, did y'all remember, like about close to 20 years ago, there was a case where the crazy white dude went into the crowd at the I don't know if it was the governor or the senator lady, and he started shooting up everybody. There was someone who got robbed while recording that. Yeah, man. He that the story I'm talking about happened in Arizona, man. Yeah, it was this guy, man. He was trying to unalive the dude. I mean, he was trying to unalive the lady that was speaking. She was like I don't know what she was. She was the governor, or she was something of Arizona. And this guy showed up with a Glock, and he just crazy. And you should see his face, right? His mugshot. That dude looked crazy, man. And he just showed up with a Glock and started just randomly shooting people, man. But he shot this lady. I forgot who she was though. She, like I said, she was like somebody. She could have been the mayor, or she was something in Congress. Music fan, do you know what case I'm talking about? Where in Arizona? Yeah, Pima County. Who was the lady that he ended up shooting? Who was she? Was she the mayor of the city, or what was she, man? Yep, Gabrielle Gifford. Yeah, that's why I don't go to stuff like that, man, because I could just picture being there and some active shooter pops up. But if you look at that dude's mugshot, he looks he looks like he belongs in the penitentiary. He looks like one of them dudes that's been buried in the hole for 10 years, and they just let him out. Yeah. I know you ain't that far from there, you know. Why don't you go do some Why don't you go do some filming and send me the video and let me post it on my page, and when I get monetized in one day, I'll shoot you the check. Yeah, yep, her husband's. I knew it was something like that, man. I knew it was something like that. See, because there ain't nothing going on in Michigan right now. Just regular stuff, regular crime and stuff. Nothing of political, you know, nature. So it's kind of like slow motion out here, man. You know, people don't really be tripping. Although there was a crazy case in Detroit yesterday, man, where this guy, yeah, I'm in Michigan, man. No, I wouldn't go out there. I'll just wait for something to happen out this way, and then there's lots of viral moments here in Michigan, man. You just got to catch them. But there was this crazy case in Detroit yesterday, right? This guy over in the hood, right? He so this guy pulls up to the gas station yesterday morning, or maybe it was the day before yesterday, but either way, he pulls up to the gas station, right? Now this would suck for anybody, man. This is just a heartbreaking, unfortunate story, bro. The victim was 60 years old, right? He goes to get gas at the gas station early in the morning. I don't know why people leave their vehicles running and they leave their vehicles unlocked in Detroit, man. Everybody does it, man. If you ever wanted to steal a car in Detroit, go to a gas station early in the morning, man, and just wait for people to get out their car and go in the gas station. I can't tell you how many people I've seen do this. Anyways, this old man does it, right? He goes into the store and there's this guy waiting outside that sees him, right? So when the old man goes into the store, he gets inside of his truck. It's a Jeep Compass, right? Or maybe it's a Jeep Liberty, but either way, he gets inside of the Jeep. So when the old man comes out the store and walks back to his car, he sees this random dude sitting in his truck, in his Jeep. The dude gets out of the Jeep and starts beating the old man up. I mean, beat him down, like viciously attacked him. And then got back in the dude's Jeep and drove off. But the crazy part was when he drove off, he drove over the old man and unalived him, just clobbered him, and went on a high speed chase. The dude didn't even get away with it. He was in jail within an hour. Like the cops found him, they chased him, and he ended up crashing in the guy's Jeep. And now he's in jail for robbery, homicide. But it was like that had to be some mental illness kind of shit, man. It had to be. You know what? The Canada side is Windsor, and to my understanding, that yes, Windsor looks similar to Detroit, and they also have crime because there's a lot of drugs out there. So I don't know how serious it is, but um, I never been to Windsor, man. But hey, man, can I get a? Oh, I was gonna say, can I get a one for everybody in the chat right now because my numbers they've been acting weird now for a couple weeks, man. I post a video and it doesn't get a lot of views. My food videos get a lot of views, I guess. They average out at about maybe 1,000 people. But it just said that there were zero people in here while I'm sitting here literally talking to people. See, there's 3 people that commented, but my live says that there's only 2 people. So that's why I don't know, man. YouTube is trying to work me out of my views, man. Maybe they got somebody else mirroring my page and they're getting half of my views. You know, I've been having an issue with my phone being hacked anyways. And I don't know what to do about it, but you know, the other day something weird happened to my phone. I still don't understand it, right? But what happened to it is I seen a video online about this where you'll be looking at your screen and then all of a sudden the screen will disappear from what I can see, like right now, I'm looking at myself in the camera, but like the video I saw was the screen, it changes, and it's almost like the camera goes to someone else's house, and it's somebody else's scenery. Even though it's one phone, it's connected to two accounts. And I swear that shit happened to me like 5 days ago, man. And I told everyone in the house about it. Like, hey, man, something weird happened to my phone early in the morning one day. And I can't explain what it was, but yeah, I couldn't explain what happened to my phone. But then the craziest part about it was I even heard a dude's voice, a black dude, like an older black gentleman came through the speakers, and I was like, what the hell? I heard him say something about just getting off of work. And I was like, then it went away. And it hasn't happened again. It was just that one time. And so I think my phone is hacked by some high level people. I really do. Cause only high level people could do some shit like that. But like I said, I think that is the contributing factor to why these views be looking weird. And hey man, I just want to put it out there, man. I don't work for no agencies, so there should be nobody using my content anywhere. If it's not me talking on a live video that I can respond like I am now, then it's not me. I don't know who it is, but my phone is dead, which is crazy because this is a whole iPhone 12, and I thought iPhones were supposed to be protected from shit like that. I mean, I know you can mirror people's screens on an iPhone. What I mean is just like high level, like you can't be low level doing stuff like that. High level could mean anything. It could be the federal government, it could be the FBI, it could be anybody, right? But whoever it is, my phone like 5 days ago showed me that there's definitely someone else tapped into my account because I seen it with my own eyes. But when I and the crazy part is I was watching the video when it happened, right? So what I did is when it went away, when the screen went back to normal, I rewinded back to the spot where it happened at on the video I was watching. Because at first I thought it was the video I was watching, but then I rewinded it, and that what I saw wasn't in the video. So I was like, all right, well then this makes sense because this lady just made a video about this same exact shit where your phone could just be resting and somebody else will pop up on your screen, like just some random person that's watching you, right? And she said, "No, I wasn't asleep. I was wide awake, man. I wasn't tired. It happened. Believe that. I even heard the damn dude's voice. He said he just got off work, and I tried to recreate it, but I couldn't. So I ain't gonna lie. I started kind of like talking shit to my phone for a minute because I was like, man, who the fuck is that person that just came through? And it hasn't happened again since that day. Make my light, yeah, but like you gotta understand, I got it pointed right at my face, so it's kind of like hurts my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And let me see if I could change to there you go. That one's real bright though. But yeah, it somebody came through my phone screen, man, this past Saturday that just passed, and I didn't see anybody's face though because it was like I don't know what I saw. It looked like it was like a tablecloth or it was like a bedspread. It was something. It was something that had multiple colors on it. And then I heard a dude talking. And I was like, it was weird because the video I was watching was of a female. I was looking at a female. And just out of nowhere, the screen changed. The lady went away and it went to like a tablecloth or something. And I heard some guy talking. So I'm like, you know what, man? I told my daughter's mom about it right after it happened. I was like, hey man, something weird as fuck just happened to my phone. And but you know what? At the same time, no, I've been a targeted individual now for quite a while. There's nothing I can do about it. I can shut off the service of this phone and go get another phone. But I mean, I don't, how did they tap into this one? You know what I'm saying? You know, I did get this phone in Detroit, you know, from a Middle Eastern guy, but you know, I don't know what happened to the phone, but I'll tell you this, never seen no shit like that before, ever. But I did see a video online. Nah, I bought this phone for $1,200 cash, brand spanking new. When iPhone 12 just dropped, I went to the phone store and bought one, man, for 1,200. And I was trying to get the iPhone Pro Max, but they didn't have no Maxes in stock, so I got just the regular Pro. But I gave that dude $1,200 in $20 bills, man. Because that's all it is in Michigan, man. The Middle Eastern people own all the gas stations, all the cell phone stores. They own a whole bunch of shit. So, you know, I mean, Detroit's not a regular type of city, man. You know, it's real. I don't even know what to call it. It's like one big ass hood, basically. No, it ain't. It ain't. It is. I've been a lot of places. It ain't like it is in Detroit. In a lot of places. No, it's probably like that in Missouri. Missouri's not that far from here. The cashier is Middle Eastern, but the thing about Detroit is the Middle Easterners own all the cell phone stores. They own them all. Yeah, but I wasn't. It wasn't even a Middle Eastern guy that I heard over my. It was a black nigga. I heard him. It was a black dude talking about getting off work, and then it only lasted for like maybe 7 seconds, and then it just went away. So I guess dude either must have realized that he didn't accidentally hit a button and synced our screens, and I saw my phone through his point of view. I swear on everything, man, on my kids, on everything I love, man. It was some shady shit that happened. Not to be racist or anything like that. It just sounds shady, but it was from a legit yeah, it was from the Metro PCS store. All I'm saying is here in Detroit, when you walk in there, it's not like walking into one in New Mexico somewhere. It's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, this shit happened, and I'm just like, you know, I've been wondering what exactly did I see from that moment. Who got my phone mirrored or whatever the hell happened. Missouri is not good. Someone tried to rip the bumper off my car when I was staying at home. Yeah, I'm not saying that Missouri is anything, but it's not Detroit, though, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't care. All I know is that they can see all my business, and I know that now for sure. And I always suspected something like that was going on, but now I know for a fact. So you know, like, what can you do, right? You think you think you can just go to the FBI and report some shit like that? My whole thing is if it was reportable and the FBI would have really did something about it, then these people wouldn't be out here with people's phones mirrored. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like a federal crime. That ain't just a state crime. That's like the ultimate invasion of privacy. So I feel like there's only one group of people who got that kind of capability outside of, like, let's say the CIA and the feds and law enforcement. It's only one group of people, and we ain't even gonna speak on who those people are. But you know, there is one group of people in this society that gets all the passes. I mean, I'm talking about this group of people can walk in the bank and cash someone else's check, and the bank manager will turn the cameras off until dude leaves. Like this society ain't, you know, it ain't what we thought it was. But you know, I'm not here to convince nobody or nothing. I'm just here to protect myself the best way I can, which is hardly at all. But hey, I do the best I can. Yeah, I should have. I think this would have happened to me regardless of where I got my phone from, because I'm a unique individual, bro. I'm a unique individual, man. I was a baby that was born for a specific purpose. My job in this life was to be sacrificed by the motherfucking cult. And I'm still here and thriving, but they're still watching me. So, it is what it is. But I wanted to share that on my live video that my phone there's something up with it that is beyond my understanding. And, hopefully one day we can get to the bottom of it, but I highly doubt it because these people are egotistical, narcissistic devils, and they get to do whatever the fuck they want in the name of the devil. So, it is what it is. Do I like Detroit? I used to like Detroit before I realized I was being pursued by the damn devil. I used to really like it here, but nowadays, not so much. Nowadays, not so much, man. I mean, I don't think I would like anywhere that had me under heavy surveillance, though. I don't think I could be in Hawaii under heavy surveillance. I wouldn't even be able to enjoy the beach life because I'd be too busy worried about why I'm under surveillance. I don't. It's not Detroit. It's the person. It's not the place. It ain't never about the person. I mean, it's never about the place because in Detroit, there's a lot of people who love the city, and in a normal situation, in a normal setting, Detroit is a nice place. I've been here nine fucking years, and Detroit in the summertime, I wouldn't. You can't match Detroit in the summertime, especially if you a black person. That's why all the black celebrities come to Detroit because oh man, it's beautiful out here, man. And then in the summertime, it don't get dark till 10 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Dearborn is a cool place. I used to work in Dearborn, but it's like I said, it's not about the place. It's about the person. You know what I mean? It's about the person, bro. I was born to be a sacrifice, so that's a real thing in our society. I know a lot of people probably don't know about that kind of shit, but unless you know who your father is, you know, if your father's a somebody that can affect the children's life. What was my favorite place that I lived? Northern California. Yeah. Well, I don't think Earth is devil's home. I just think that Earth is being inhabited by some very, very evil individuals that they don't have the same belief system that we have. At least not myself, right? And what was great about that? What you mean? What was great about that? Jay, man, I feel like I got rid of you earlier, Jay. I feel like I did that because you started mentioning the Freemasons and shit. Which I talk about the Freemasons too, but you were doing it in a way that was aggravating me. So I'm pretty sure I kicked you out of the live earlier. No, I'm not doing that right now, but like I also don't want you to play with my intelligence because that's something I don't like, right? I don't like getting my intelligence played with, and I'm intelligent enough to know when, in fact, someone's playing with my intelligence. And I think most people are intelligent enough. Even slow people know when you're trying to play with their intelligence, man. Like some people really will sit there and play in your face and act like that's not what they doing. And me, the kind of individual I am, like I've gotten into a lot of fights in my life over stuff like that because like when people do that in my face, I have a tendency to just hit them with the two piece and start a fight. I've done it. Not saying anything as far as you or even trying to promote violence, but I'm just saying I've been in a lot of fights over people trying to play at my intelligence. Because I'm the kind of person, I'm not finna sit and wait to see if that's what you're doing. I'm just gonna assume that's what you're doing from the beginning. And so that's where it goes up from. You know, that's just how I am. Not trying to sound tough, not trying to sound like a gangster, not trying to sound like nothing. I'm just telling you who my character really is. If I catch you playing with my intelligence, 9 out of 10 of the times, if I feel like I can get away with it, I'm gonna get off on you. especially if I know you don't have a gun on you. But anyways, let's get back on track. You want to know, what did I like about Northern California? What is there not to like about it? Have you been in Northern California? Have you been up there? Have you seen the private beaches where you can go and you don't see no homes, no businesses, no nothing? All you see is coastline. Let me tell you something about Northern California, man. They got the biggest tree in the world sitting right in California right now. It's the biggest tree. I don't care where you look on the whole planet Earth. The biggest tree in the world is right there in California. It's right there in California, bro. It's been in that same spot for over 800 years, and it's taller than the Statue of Liberty in New York City. Imagine trying to climb that tree. It's 370 feet tall. You ever seen a 370-foot tall tree? They got them in California. That's Northern California. Oh my goodness. Check that out. I've been to that tree, man. That's called that's a redwood tree. That tree you're talking about, I literally been to that location and walked through the tree. You can you can drive like a little Volkswagen Beetle through it. How you doing, cutest XD? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've been to that spot though, man. I've been there, but they got up north, they got beaches where you could go where they got 20-foot waves. They got coastline for 10 miles straight, and you don't see no houses anywhere. No, I've never been to Florida before in my life. That's a place I've never been. Never been to Florida. But I wouldn't mind going to Florida though. Florida seems nice enough. You know, I would enjoy going to Florida. But like I said, I've got some family on my mother's side that resided in the Orlando area. Of course, I don't know them. I have a lot of family that I never met. I have a lot of family that I'm not close to. I've had family that I don't know, but they know me. You know, we got that kind of family to where, we don't have contact with them, but they kind of still keep up with our movements. Yep. Cutest, I just got live. I've been live for 33 minutes, 33 seconds with three people in the chat. Man, I just had five threes lined up in a row. I also got family in the Illinois area. I don't know them neither, but they know of me, my family. They know my mother, my sister, my brother. Um, you know. Um, but anyways, that was the best place I say I've ever been. Me personally, I wanted to go to Illinois because I wanted to check out the coastline of Lake Michigan. It's not a coastline; it's a lake line, but a lake that big, Lake Michigan is as big as almost half of the size of California. So, you know, I call that a coastline, to be honest. Have I been to Illinois? No, I've never been to Illinois. I'm not very far from Illinois, and here in Michigan, a lot of people drive to Illinois, to the Chicago area on a regular basis. Um, because you just jump on the 94 freeway in about 3 or 4 hours, you'll be in Chicago. Same if you go in the other direction, you'll be in Buffalo, New York. So it's where I live is very close to a lot of major areas in the U.S. You should set up the. I should set up the what? It's already set up. Oh, you mean like super chats and all that? Oh, I can't do that right now. All I have is a buy me a coffee. I have Cash App, but everybody keeps saying that when they click on it on the link in my profile, that it doesn't take you to my Cash App, right? So you would have to literally type it in manually. Then I have the buy me a coffee account, but no one's ever really heard of that because there's people who use it. It's another way to donate. Um, I should get PayPal. I had a PayPal. I don't know what I ended up doing with it, but buy me the co- buymeacoffee.com is similar to PayPal. You know what you could do? You don't have to donate nothing, but what you could do is you can click on the link and see where it takes you, right? It'll take you to the page, right? And then you'll see all the little donation options, right? And it's kind of like something content creators use, right? There's a lot of content creators who use Buy Me a Coffee because it's a way to donate to the channel that, is a safe and friendly way to show your support. And it's kind of cool. It's something new though, but Buy Me the Coffee is cool, man. Okay. Thank you, cutest. I appreciate it. Um, Yeah, I got my buy me a coffee thing set up because um I seen that a lot of bigger creators use it, right? Yeah, I like rap, bro, but I really do more beats than anything. Like I like to listen to beats with no lyrics. That's where I'm at with that, man. But I do like raps. If you want to know what kind of music that I like, I never heard of Cash Kid before. He sounds like a Detroit rapper, though. What you mean, why, cutest? The cutest? LOL? Little cutie pie? Yeah, Cash Kid sounds like a Detroit rapper. The thing about Detroit rappers is some of them are underground, and some of them are hip hop, and then some of them are mainstream. So it just depends on me. I like to do a lot of underground type of artists, independent labels and stuff like that. But I think I have heard of Cash Kid. As a matter of fact, I think I think I seen him. Um, I think I seen Cash Kid at a cipher. I think I did. I think I seen him at a cipher because they be having ciphers in Detroit. Back when I was towing cars, one night this lady broke down at a recording studio in Detroit. So I had to go tow her to her house. And when I got there, she told me that she's been going to this recording studio for years. I just did disabled vehicle towing. We didn't do no repossessions. But when I got to the lady to tow her car, she told me about the recording studio. And she actually said there were some known rappers in there right now, but I was at work, so I couldn't go in there and see what they was doing. But it was just like a late night over in the industrial area. You are rich by this life. I wish. I bet. Yeah, towing in Detroit is definitely challenging and it's not for everyone. You cannot. Yeah, music fan, I don't know why my Cash App doesn't work. I did everything on my end correctly, right? Like I said, you would literally have to type in the Cash App handle manually because the link don't work. And I've talked to Cash App. I'm gonna call YouTube at some point and ask them why my Cash App link doesn't work properly straight from my app. But I can't do anything outside of that. What's the wildest story? Man, I got one during COVID. Um I got a call not too far from the yard to go pick up a car, and it wasn't even going that far, right? But when I got to the car, it only took me 5 minutes to get to the car. So I get to the car, man. It's like 10 o'clock at night, right? It's three people in the vehicle. It's a young cat, a baby, and a lady. The lady was obviously the mother. The young cat was obviously her son, and the baby was either her baby or her son's baby. But either way it went, it was during the pandemic. So when I pull up, I walk up to the window to get the information about the car, and the lady couldn't even breathe. And I like, the son had on some hospital stuff. So first thing I thought was COVID-19. So I told him, I was like, I can tow the car, but you guys are gonna have to catch a taxi cab because at this time we are not letting anybody ride in the cab with our drivers because of the pandemic. So the lady was trying to no, I got a PlayStation, man. Cutest says I'm famous. Um, um, Basically, long story short, the lady had COVID, right? They had just got out the hospital. And if I would have let them in the cab, I would have caught it too, right? So I had to turn that tow down. And I think I upset a few people by doing that. But it was like, I needed to protect myself because out there on the road, you know, I just knew, you could tell. She couldn't even breathe. She's sitting up here trying to talk to me. And I just knew, man. I knew that it wasn't a good situation. And even if I didn't, like during the pandemic, would you have took that kind of risk? I didn't want to take the risk because when I would ask her a question, she would draw in a breath like this. It took her a whole 60 seconds to draw in a breath. And I remember COVID people can't breathe. People that catch COVID start having problems with their breathing. So then I'm looking at her son, and he's got on like a whole hospital jumpsuit type of thing. I don't even know what you call it. I mean, it's one of those biocontamination suits. And then the baby is in the back seat just crying his head off. And it's like, I want to help him. The son was about 17 or 18. Something like that. And so I just was like, I can't take that risk. I said I'd tow the car, but they wouldn't be able to ride. They would have to find their own ride home. And the son responded for the mother. And so nah, he didn't try to get loud. He was just trying to tell me that they don't have another way home. And I was like, well, you're gonna have to find a way. Like, if you want me to tow your car, then you're gonna have to find a way because I can't let you ride in the car. That's illegal. And I can't let you ride in the truck neither because that's our policy right now. And I'm not breaking policy just so somebody can be, it can be convenient for you, because if I give you convenient, I might end up in the hospital not able to breathe with COVID. So, I never ended up catching it. I was conscious of each person I dealt with. And I I just ended up having to pass up on that tow. I had another night where a lady cussed me out and threatened my life and all kind of shit, right? And I just, I had another night where a young dude tried to play me out some money, which he did play me out some money, but it was my fault and it was a learning lesson, right? Um, I was told never to unhook a car till after I get paid, but this particular night, I ended up um I ended up unhooking the car before I got paid, and then the young dude started saying he ain't had the money. And to avoid a dangerous situation, I just said, "Don't even worry about it, man. If you broke, I understand, but you could have told me that before I towed your car, and I'll cover it. I'll cover it. It's my loss. I took the hit, but just know that you won't be able to call us for a tow after tonight. Man, I've done lots of interesting jobs, man. I worked as a maintenance man. I worked as a fabrication welder. I've worked fabrication welding all over the place. I worked for the auto industry. Um, I've worked for the Detroit Lions Stadium. Um, I've worked a lot of jobs, man. I'm a skilled tradesman, man. I got skilled trades under my belt. I feel okay. Cutest. I feel good. How are you doing tonight? Anything where you deal with crazy people like towing? Let me see, man. Nah, I did public work, but when I worked in Vegas, I had to deal with the public a lot. I remember we got threatened. Our lives got threatened in Vegas once when I was working. Um, how much did I have to cover for the call? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, I think the call was like $65 and he only paid me 45 and he claimed that's all he had, so just like $20. I had to come out of pocket, and cuz if I would have told boss man that, hey man, I unhooked him and he didn't have the money, that would have made boss man mad and he would have just said I was responsible anyways because I should have waited to get paid before I unhooked the car. And cuz I had kids out here, bro. I came out here in 2017 because I have a daughter out here, you know. Um you know what? I don't really want to get too deep off in the the workings of that job, especially like my supervisor and stuff like that, because I'm no longer there, and I've I've um, I've been out of that company for quite some time now, and no, I never had a cover. But you got to understand, in Detroit, man, shit like that's gonna happen because people are always trying to clock you and they always trying to read you and figure out ways to finesse. So, I got finessed that night, and it really wasn't that I got finessed; it's that I made a mistake and I underestimated the sneaky, conniving ways of some of these street dudes, right? These little young dudes and how they get down. And it's not all of them because it was only one or two that's happened to, but it happens, and there's ways to protect yourself from that happening. But you know, you just got to you got to you have to do your job a certain way. Okay, give me lots of those, as many as you want. The other crazy story is when I crashed in a tow truck, man. Yeah, they got Joe Louis Fish downtown. I always thought it was something different. When I see stuff like that in any city, I always think of something. I always think something different. Like, okay, this signifies something deeper than just Joe Louis's arm. Like maybe they eat humans out here. Who knows? But anyways, the night I actually crashed in a tow truck, almost lost my life. No, it's the fist and the arm. It's the whole arm. They also have a portal downtown. They don't say it's a portal, it's just a ring. But if you go look at it, there's a lot of people who swear up and down that it's a portal for, the dark shit that goes on. I don't really know, but I try not to look real deep into it no more. I don't know. It's just some Detroit monument stuff they got. Look it up. Look up the sculptures and the monuments they have in downtown area, and you'll see it. They got a whole video about it, and if you look it up, you can watch it and tell me what you think. Me personally, I don't think it's a portal, but some people think that it is. If you walk through it, you're walking through a portal. But you know, like I said, I think that it is just it's just a sculpture because I've never seen nobody walk through it and then disappear and not come out the other side. And I thought that that's what like a portal, like on Stargate, they go through the portal. They don't come out the other side of the portal. I mean, they do, but they come out in a whole nother dimension. You're not feeling well today because you're sick. Oh my God. Why are you sick, cutest? I'm gonna have to we gonna have to check on you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to what's another wild Detroit story? Oh man, there's tons of those, man. Uh there's tons of Detroit stories, man. A lot of craziness out here. I remember when a tow truck driver got smoked. Is there a subway there? No, there ain't no subway here. There's an above ground trolley train. I never been on it. It's called the Q line. I ain't never been on it though, but it it travels a little bit around the area. Why ain't I been on it? Cause I haven't been on it. I normally have a vehicle. This is the first time I haven't had a vehicle in Detroit, so um, this is the second time actually. How much cost of living is rent? Oh man, the rent ain't too bad. It's it's average. It's national average prices basically. Now the housing market, the home buyers market isn't the national average, but what you pay, you know what? It's crazy out here. Everything is once you cross into Detroit, when you have a stuffy nose, I'm sorry to hear that. Once you cross into Detroit, the prices to a lot of things change, and there's a lot of injustice, according to some of the public speakers in Detroit. They say that they don't get treated right like everyone else, that the taxes on the homes are higher than other places, but the houses aren't even worth what they should be worth. You know, there's a lot of discrimination and stuff. So I don't really know because I don't own any homes. And what's going on? Okay. Oh man, you already know, man. Just some more of it. Some more of it, man. Sitting here. I did a live earlier, but I wanted to come back and follow up with another one. Cutest, I think you need to stop playing outside without a coat on. That's what I think. How much rent somewhere safe enough I wouldn't get shot? I don't think you would get shot anywhere, man. You got my head to bed? My terrible. Oh, you got a head to bed. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm coming up on an hour, so I'm not going to be doing this all night. The cutest, I am going to, when I get off this live, I'm going to reach out to you. So you just hang tight. Let me finish this live. And I'm going to reach out. So it's not that bad. My granddad from there says it's horrible with crime. I mean, the older people are always going to say that, you know, but No, it ain't as bad as people say it is. I out of the 9 years I've been in Detroit, I only got 661. I must have lost 2 subscribers. I just had 663. Oh well, so be it. I must have lost two because I had 663 earlier. Oh well, I won't worry about it till I have 661,000 subscribers. I didn't know that you subbed, bro. I mean, I forgot. I don't know, but like, I thought you were trying to troll me earlier, man. So if you just get at me the right way, then I'm a cool dude, man. I ain't petty by no means. Do you think it deserves to be called Detroit? Detroit? Oh man, I ain't never heard no one call it that before. Um, I'll tell you this though, the Metro Detroit area is on the come up. The Metro Detroit area. All right, music fan, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. The Metro Detroit area is about 8 million people in the 8 million in the Metro Detroit area, right? So there's a lot of people. You can find love out here. You can find friends. You can. There's a lot to do, but um, uh, it's on the rise. In other words, a lot of people are moving here. I never worried about the drug addicts, man. You like, and I'm gonna tell you this though. I might as well say it. The crackheads that people speak of out of ignorance are just casualties of the war on drugs. They're the residual damage that the war on drugs did from the 80s and the 90s. So before you call them crackheads, you should understand why they even exist because prior to 1980, there was not crackheads anywhere. But after 1980, when the CIA started dropping off dope in every hood in America, now you got all these crackheads everywhere. But prior to 1980, there wasn't any crackheads. Hey, what's going on, music fan? Not too much longer. No, there wasn't even no crack before the 80s. What do you think is going on with the hostage situation with Samantha? I don't know. I haven't been following it because it's boring to me. Um, but I want to say her name though. Her name is everybody. Let's pray for Samantha's Guthrie's mother in Tucson, Arizona. We send our prayers to the family of Samantha Guthrie's mom, Guthrie. Her mom's name is Nancy Guthrie. We send our prayers to them. We hope for um, her mother to be released in good health and that unharmed, and they don't end up having to pay the ransom. But because it's in Arizona, it could be a number of different people. Um, but we send our prayers to the family, no doubt. So Samantha and Nancy Guthrie, we send our prayers to the situation in Tucson. They're asking for $6 million in Bitcoin, huh? Yeah, that's just to show you how untraceable cryptocurrency is. You can't trace it. You can't even see it when it transfers. There's no way to stop it. Like back in the day, you can't just go drop $6 million in cash off somewhere because the feds will be all over you. But like a wire transfer in $6 million of Bitcoin, that's a little bit different. You can get away like a bandit with that kind of money, you know. Um, and quite honestly, they're probably doing it because Bitcoin is so far down right now that it's probably about to go up soon. I think crypto is about to skyrocket real soon. I really do. I think all this slow movement and all this everything's real down right now. No, I've never been to New York. I don't know if you saw they got the perpetrator caught on doorbell camera. Yeah, I seen it. The guy with the ski mask and he had a weapon on him. Um I think that's very I think that's probably some what is the word I'm looking for? Like there's some low level guys because if it was a professional operation, oh snaps. Oh, Cutie Pie's gonna subscribe. Okay. If it was a high level operation, then they wouldn't have showed up at their doorstep. I don't I don't I don't I don't like using the word terrifying. It makes Americans look weak. It makes Americans sound weak. Which, if you're always terrified, I guess you are kind of weak. My advice to the world is never tell people you're terrified of anything because the word terrifying is the word the media uses to make everything sound dramatic. But anyways, Music Fan says what's terrifying about it is waking up at an 84-year-old seeing a figure like that in your home. Yeah, I'm sure she probably was terrified. That makes more sense. Senior citizen definitely was terrified, but like I said, we're sending our prayers to the families, and um, we're gonna remain vigilant. And thank you, Cutie Pie. I appreciate it. We'll remain vigilant for the situation to pass peacefully, and nobody gets hurt. I don't think the guys want to hurt the old lady, and if they do, it wasn't about the money in the first place. It was something personal with the family, and if the family doesn't pay, like I said, a lot of this could be a psyop. That's the other thing. I have to say it. Yeah, that's what I mean. And they found blood all over her porch, so she may not even be alive. Is a possibility. Someone that's in their 80s. Okay, Cutie Pie. I love you too. I don't think that I don't think that an 80-year-old individual um is going to be able to sustain very severe injuries. So there's a possibility that she may not even be with us anymore. Unfortunately, but you know, that's we're living in a greedy world now. Okay, all right, Cutie Pie. We're living in a greedy world, and you can't trust nobody, man. You cannot trust nobody. People are out here backdooring their own family members. No, I haven't been to Canada. I always wanted to go, but I have my I have my enhanced ID, but I don't have a passport or nothing like that. So I haven't been able to shoot over there, but it's only right across the bridge. You know, they got the Ambassador Bridge. That's the old original bridge, and then they got the Gordie Howe Bridge, which is the new bridge, and then they have a tunnel that goes under the Detroit River. So there's three ways to get to Canada right now. hmm You need a passport to travel anywhere outside of United States except for you don't need a passport to go to Samoa. You don't need a passport to go to Guam, Jamaica, Puerto Rico because it's American territory. They have American money, but they say that you may need a passport if you land in a foreign place in between. Okay, I thought Jamaica was American territory. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I know Puerto Rico's not. They have their currency is 100% American dollars. So you don't need anything. You just need the money to go. But I don't know much about the underwater tunnel. I've seen it. It's a you see it when you go downtown. It's just a tunnel that that is under the Renaissance building basically, and it's another entry into Canada. What is that sound that keeps rattling in your mic? I don't know. I don't hear anything. Maybe I should use my other microphone and see if you still hear it. I know I have a damaged nasal cavity, so it whistles. I got a damaged nasal cavity, bro, so it could be. I hope it's not my nose whistling, but I got a whistling nostril. I don't know. I gotta find my I gotta find my my mic setup. I don't know where it's at right at this moment. You have a deviated sternum. No, I just got it broken right here in a fight years and years ago. I got put in the hospital, and this part of my nose got broke. And ever since it got broke, it like if you look at my nose, you can kind of see that this side is pushed in a little bit. But yeah, it might be my mic. I don't know. I have. Let me go see if my mic is upstairs. Hold on. You wanna come in here? Come on. Come in here. Come right here. Come right here. The dog decided to come join me, everybody. Come right here, Danny. Come right here, buddy. lay right there. All right, so we're gonna plug this in. Tell me if it's any better. I like pulling out this setup, man. We're gonna turn on the mic tonight. So hopefully this fixes the problem. I just plug it in like that, and then is that better? I need confirmation if this is better. It should drown out the sound that you're hearing. I could pop this little fuzzy thing off. But these are popular on YouTube, so Cutest XD is back. What do I think about Memphis? I don't know anything about Memphis other than that's where 3 6 Mafia is from. That's where 8 Ball and MJG is from. That's where what's the one guy's name? Nashville. I don't have any facts about the whole entire state of Tennessee. I don't know much about it. Oh yeah. Yes, sir. What I could do is take this little clip right here, so that way, you know, a person doesn't have to just sit there and, you know, hold it. I can just, bam, or, you know, I could do what some of those guys I be seeing do, like this. And I could just rock it right there, but we'll just put it out of the view of the camera right there. Bam. I will, cutie. Just give me. Why sleep early then? What do you mean? Oh, I'm tired, but I haven't gone to sleep yet because it's ridiculous that I go to sleep this early. Yeah, a lot of people go to sleep. Maybe it's just me, because when I was working, I don't care if I wake up at 6 a.m. I don't go to sleep till 1 in the morning. I'm sorry, but I be up all night, man. I do manual labor work, man. I do manual labor work, man. It was when I was in my depression mode, man. As soon as I get off work, I stop by the liquor store and I get me a fifth, and I drink on that fifth all night until it's gone. No, I'm unemployed at this very moment. I've been trying to get a job, but I haven't got any callbacks. Yeah, I'll drink a fifth, man. I know it's hard to tell, huh? I still look fairly good. Watch when summertime comes back around. No, I don't drink like that no more. It was just out of depression. I had some severe stuff going on in my life that was really affecting me, but I got through it. No, I'm actually 44, but I appreciate the 39 because I carry my youngness very well. Cutest wants to know if I like coconut. Yeah, heck yeah, I like coconut. Speaking of coconut, check this out. What y'all know about this coconut? I'm gonna show y'all a good product to go buy. Since we're speaking about coconut, this is what everybody needs right here. Get your ass out of the camera. Look, everybody. Mr. Curious George here. Mr. Curious George here. He wants to sit up here and be all nosy every time I get up to do anything. Oh, Curious George here. But anyways, what I was about to do. Yeah, we gonna go sit down somewhere. Is this right here. This is some very good stuff. This is coconut oil. This is some very, very good stuff. And you know what? You see all that brown stuff on the bottom? That's actually coconut husk. No, I don't. Oh, do I? Did I? Yeah, I used to. Yeah, I used to, but not so much these days. Um, Not so much these days. I can't do it. My gut is not in the condition. Man, I used to go to that liquor store and get whatever would get me drunk is what I'll go buy. So it could be tequila, it could be vodka, it could be brandy, it could be whiskey, it could be rum, beer. But like I said, I don't do that no more. For two reasons. Number one, I'm not depressed like that no more. But number two is my stomach and my body can't just take that kind of abuse. When did you quit? Now I'm interested in this topic. I don't know. I quit when I realized that I shouldn't have been doing the shit in the first place. You know, I mean, you can drink. That's what it's there for, right? Alcohol is very popular in the United States of America as well as around the world. But that don't mean just because they got a liquor store on every corner, you need to go stop and indulge in alcoholism. You know what I'm saying? Oh, just a couple years, 2, 3 years ago. Um, 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 but oh, I'm gonna have to go look. Um, you know, Jess, I can't help but feel like this is an unofficial interview that I will not be getting paid for. He says, now you don't at all or not a lot. No, I'm sure it is your bad. Don't worry about it. Um, you know, we don't drink at all because we want to save our liver, we want to save our kidneys. Most importantly, we just want to save our own lives because if I don't, who else will? You know what I'm saying? That's what it boils down to. Um, if I don't save my own life, it'll be gone because you know what other people will do? They'll stand around and watch you waste your own life. People tend to not care. Oh, okay. I'm gonna check them out. People tend to not care about the affliction of others, even if it's, like I said, for example, you're going through depression and you can't handle it. People will see you destroying yourself and they'll just sit back and watch. They'll even offer to buy you some alcohol. Uh, hey, T, you want a drink tonight? The only night of the week they didn't see you buy no alcohol. They say, I'll go get it for you. People are really evil out here, man. You know, people are really, really devils, bro. And, you know, it's not really a devil because, you know, that movie Needful Things and the dream catcher. It's the same concept of people just want to give you what you want, your selfish desires. And for me, for a long time, it was the alcohol. And what took me up out of it was basically just not feeling well, and the fact that I just didn't want to drink like that anymore. I decided one day that I'm not depressed anymore. And I decided as well as not being depressed is that alcohol wasn't helping the depression. What was helping it was to get up, get out, and do something with myself so I wouldn't be stuck in a situation where I would use alcohol to entertain myself, to pacify myself, to pass time or anything. See, I believe that's a lot of the reason people drink a lot is because they don't got nothing else going on. They're using alcohol as a way to pass the time, and if you just got out and did something, like one of the ways that I circumventing heavy alcohol use, one of the ways that I circumvented heavy alcohol use was I went and I started going places, to the park, to the river, to the lake, different places I could go to keep my mind off of wanting to drink. You gotta like build your own strength up, because like I said, nobody else saved me from it. I saved myself. And I drank a lot, man. There was nights when I finished a fifth in an hour and I'd be right back at the liquor store. And you got to understand, to get back to the liquor store, I'm already driving up to the liquor store drunk and driving back just to get more drunk. And you get to a point, you're like, what am I doing and why? Why am I doing this to myself? Alcohol is ethanol, and it's not going to be able to pass through everybody's system the same. And I've already had stomach issues from different things, so it just boiled down to, I knew that it's time to stop this ridiculousness before I end up permanently harming myself, and I couldn't blame anybody but myself for it, because the people that knew I was indulging like that sat back and watched. Or I'll link up with another alcoholic, which is even worse. You know, you think it's not, because you say, hey, two alcoholics, we can share a fifth, and that means I drink less. But no, it don't. That means you're going to buy more. That's what that means. You ain't going to drink less. You just going to buy more. But, there's no doubt I still drink. I just don't drink like that, for two reasons, like I said. Number one, I can't afford it like that no more. But number two, even when I was able to afford it, I still didn't. I just got tired of, it was, like gambling. Am I gonna wake up feeling like shit tomorrow? Am I gonna get sick tonight? Because a lot of times my whole problem was I like to drink on an empty stomach, because that's what I used to do when I was in my 20s and early 30s. I used to drink on an empty stomach because that's what felt the best to me. Yeah, that burning in your stomach when you first start to get drunk. Oh man, nothing compares to that feeling. But you know what, that feeling that nothing compares to, that's the feeling of death. That's what early stages of death feels like. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just was like, hey man, a person could still drink, but just drink responsibly. Learn how to drink a beer instead of a fifth of 40 proof, 80 proof. You feel me? Because cemetery is full of alcoholics. Just so you know, the cemetery full of alcoholics. Just like another thing I like to say, the cemetery full of people that weren't scared to die. Full of them. Being unscared doesn't make you stay alive. It just means you're gonna get to go to your grave knowing that you wasn't afraid, right? But it ain't gonna save you, right? And so, when you think about it like that, it'll kind of slow you down by force, because you realize that you're making a mistake, man. And I did, like I said, I still drink though, but like as you can see, like I'm not, my physical appearance didn't get affected by it. you know, as bad as other people, and I was able to have the strength, which I did a lot of praying too, man. So let's not forget that. I did a whole lot of praying. I asked God many nights, hey, God, please grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Nah, cutest, I do not want no Coca-Cola. You know what I want right now? I want some grape juice. I want the same grape juice that they serve at the hospital. That's my favorite grape juice in the world. Is if you've ever had grape juice at the hospital, that's the kind of grape juice that I like. That hospital grape juice is the best. Matter of fact, when my baby was born, no, no, I didn't. I was smoking too. I've been smoking all my life. I started smoking before I started drinking. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's it then. That Welch's grape juice. Um, no, I didn't mess around. I can't mess around. It's uh it's uh it's hold on, the dog is laying on my foot. No, I smoke. I be walking to the gas station all the time to get me some smokes, man. I started vaping for a while though. I started vaping, man. You know, definitely started vaping, but vaping wasn't for me. You know, vaping turns your lungs into popcorn. So, nah, I don't smoke weed, man. Weed is not what it used to be, and weed is detrimental to your health more than ever before. So, you know, the weed is caused the weed has caused a rise in strokes of uh, middle-aged black men all around America since the mid 2000s. So here we are in 2026, and strokes are still on an upslant. And now other ailments are popping up that weren't really seen in the past, also caused by it's gross. It was hold on. It's gross. It was small dust. Yeah. So no, I don't do anything anymore except for I have a drink or two, maybe drink a beer, and that's about it, man. I don't get too deep off in it because me personally, I don't want to function off of any substances, man. You know, maybe a cigarette. You know, I haven't been able to. No, this is it right here. I used to have another public platform on Facebook, but I had to get rid of it because it was compromised, man. Somebody was and I can't even explain it because I'm tired of people acting like I'm crazy or I don't know what I'm talking about. But like, you know, I had another account, but I don't have it anymore. People were somehow had access to it, and they were taking my content and doing different things with it. And so um, I wasn't able to move any further with that page. So salvaged the uh, I salvaged the stuff off the page that I wanted, and I literally combed through it for about 60 days before I finally deleted it. Now, what I didn't like is Facebook wouldn't even let me. You know, when you want to delete something on Facebook, Facebook gives you the option to transfer all the data, and you can even get a printout. But for some reason, they didn't allow me to do that, so I had to just delete it without keeping anything. So you don't do anything mind altering stuff. Well, I mean, talking to you is altering my mind, but I mean, other than that, no, man. Uh, that's my message to the world is, you know, uh, Don't stay away from things that alter your mind, kids. Stay far away from that stuff. No, not at all, man. Not at all, man. It's not it's not helping my pursuit to happiness. It's contributing to my spiral to depression and darkness. you know, and me personally, I like to pursue happiness because it's in the Constitution. That's a constitutional right of mine, and I get to pursue happiness no matter what the government says. So when I'm all messed up, drunk, and high, I can't pursue happiness, man. Oh, cold turkey ain't nothing, man. You know what? The reason why people can't quit cold turkey is because they put a label on it. If it didn't have a label, you'd be able to wake up one day and just say, you know what? I ain't drinking no more. And another thing is, if you was an alcoholic, most people don't just quit. They just slow down. You know what I'm saying? Most people. When I hear these guys, and I never understood why I didn't like this. When I hear these guys talk about, I haven't touched a drink in 35 years, it kind of makes me sick to my stomach because I'm like, what do you want, a fucking cookie? Go have yourself a fucking drink. Because it sounds to me like you can't control yourself whatsoever. If you have a drink, you're gonna spiral out of control. It's like, go have a fucking drink, bro. So it's like I'd never understood that. People have all this pride in not drinking. Like, bro, you've been telling people this for 35 years. It's like you've not been an alcoholic for so long that you might as well stop telling people that it's been 35 years, because at this point there's the sobriety. If you're still having to hold the willpower to not drink, you might as well just go have a fucking drink, in my opinion. Not to try to get you to backslide or fall off the wagon, but like to me, I always thought that was crazy, where people just sit up here and you know announce how it's been all these years and they haven't touched a drink. I almost feel like they do it to try to make the person that still drinks feel some kind of way, possibly. I don't know, but that was my daughter. I look at that like, hey man, you know, you can you can still have a drink, bro. But if you're unable to control yourself, then you still have a problem. You not drinking ain't gonna control the problem neither. It just means that you're gonna put that energy of not being able to control it into something else, right? Which means that if you're an alcoholic with alcohol, you'll just be obsessed with something else. You'll be addicted to something else, which is still not a good thing because you're trying to not drink. I don't know. I never liked it. I respect the people that don't drink, I guess. I just never understood the concept of why people will tell you what they used to be and announce it with pride and want a pat on the back, when it's like, I don't understand what your pursuit is. If you telling me you've been clean and sober for 35 years, I think some people, because I could go out right now, right? I could go out into the city tomorrow and start telling everybody, "Hey man, I've been clean and sober for 40 years," and then go right home and have a drink. So people say that shit, but I don't really be giving a damn. Yeah. No reason, no depression, no nothing. They just like alcohol. And that's why I'm saying, it's like that's what it's for. That's why it's everywhere. But it's like, if you're gonna abuse it, then you're gonna kill yourself. So you just gotta know that. But if you're gonna control yourself, then you can still drink. But to keep announcing that you've been clean and sober for all these years, I feel like you really just want to go drink. So go do what you want to do. Why are you telling me or anybody else when it's clear that you rather be drinking, bro? And if that's what you rather do, then go drink. But if you're It sounds like alcohol is not the problem. It's self-control is the problem. So you need to work on self-control, not whether you have a drink or not. That's just how I look at it. Like, it's never about the alcohol, it's about the self-control. So I just look at it like that, man. And James Vanderbeek of Dawson's Creek. How old was he? 48? Okay. Well, damn, he went fairly early. How did the how? I wonder how. You got all the money in the world, but you can't save your health. That's the one thing money can't buy. T, what day was your turning point to stop? Like what happened? Oh, he died of cancer. What are you talking about? What was the turning point to stop? Stop. What did I say that happened? Trying to understand that. What do you mean? Oh, colon cancer. What happened that made you? Oh man, it's the old light bulb moment, man. That's all. When you just realize you don't want to do something like that no more. You just decide that I'm still ahead of the game at this very moment. And still being ahead of the game, I need to take this opportunity while I'm still ahead before I end up behind at the damn dialysis center or taking liver pills or worse, or my eyes. Do my eyes look yellow? No, you know why? Because I got a strong liver and I want to keep it that way. Yeah, I want to keep it that way. I want to go through life with my eyes staying white. People eyes turn yellow and shit. So that's one of the reasons that I stopped. As I took a good look in the mirror and said, "Hey, man, I'm still handsome." Yeah, I heard about Lil Jon, son. I kind of feel like we're gonna start seeing Lil Jon all over TV again soon. You know how that goes. A family member dies and then he gets rich again twice. What do you do now to fill in idle time? I make YouTube videos, man. I talk to the people. I tell people about my journey, and I'm pretty free about it too, man. I really put way more information than what's needed onto the cyberspace, and that's one of the main things that I do. No, this is my number 2 today. I did another live at 9 o'clock a.m. early in the morning. Yeah, I mean, I do. I've been trying to get back to it, but I've been doing these lives for quite some time, and it's just impossible to get these numbers up. I don't know what the problem is, but once I get back to working, it depends on what I do. If I get back on a tow truck, then I'll probably do some YouTubing off the tow truck. But if I do get this back to towing, I'm gonna create a whole nother channel. I already got a screen handle and all of that, but I'm gonna do some towing videos. But maybe, I don't know. I might not, because I don't want the exposure necessarily. Who said I was on disability? No, I'm not on disability. I never been on disability. I'm just out of work because these motherfuckers won't hire me. I ain't on no disability. No, shit, I wish. No, I don't wish. No, I ain't on disability. Not at all. That's what they want. They want to turn a guy like me lazy. Make me live off a fixed income. Like, let me trade in this little $3,000 a month for this little $800 because I don't have to do anything. But No, I ain't. I'm an able-bodied man, and yeah, disability is for the disabled. It's a lot of able-bodied people out there that are handicapped. If you know what I mean. If you know, you know. But I'm not handicapped in any kind of way. I'll jump on a job right now, but every time I go somewhere and say, "Hey, man, can I have a job?" They say, "We're not hiring." So I say, "Oh," and then the guy behind me gets hired. They hire the guy in front of me. They tell me, "We're not hiring," and then they hire the guy behind me. But then I was like, "Why ain't you guys hire me?" They said, "Cause we're not hiring." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, let me get up out of here then, since you're not hiring." I don't know, man. I told you, man, I was born to be a sacrifice. I was born to be a sacrifice. And there's a lot of secret squirrels here, and they uh, they got to do their job too, right? They do their job, I do mine. But that's what they want. That's why I thought it was ironic that Jeff would say that he thought I was on disability, because that's the kind of shit that they want from a guy like me. Is they want to convert me into being disabled from being a skilled tradesman into just being on disability, like completely throw my life away to make them happy. That's what they would prefer, right? But because I keep going and I keep fighting and I keep trying and I keep striving, I become a problem to many people that already spoke ill over my life. And so you know, they they want me to be on disability, right? So like I'm like, well, when summertime comes, I have a lawnmower. Maybe I can go panhandle on the corner to raise enough money to buy a weed whacker, and then I'll go and get a wagon and I have a welding machine. Maybe you know what I could do? I could go trade my welding machine for a weed whacker. I don't have to panhandle anything, right? So I could trade my welding machine for a weed whacker that works and a wagon, and I could throw my stuff on there, and I could pull my wagon around the neighborhood, and I could landscape for people for a couple bucks a day doing odd jobs, because that's all I'm worth in 2026 is an odd job ass dude. But you can't blame these people. You gotta blame me. So that's something that we can't forget. Um, yeah, I got many welding videos. I got towing videos. I got uh I got videos of just about every type of work I've ever done. Shit, I got welding videos from way back in Las Vegas. I know I'm a good guy, and a lot of folks out this way know I'm a good guy, right? They just don't acknowledge it. Being a good guy don't get you nowhere in life, right? Being a part of the in crowd is how you get ahead. And about being a good guy. You know why? Because answer yourself this kind of question here. Where do you think being a good guy is going to get you in a world full of bad guys? That's a rhetorical question, by the way. Where do you think you're going to get being a good guy in a world full of bad guys? you know? So being a good guy doesn't necessarily make me feel better. It actually makes me feel like, damn, I'm a good guy in a world full of bad guys and bad girls and just bad people in general, because there's bad kids too, right? But, being a good guy is not always going to help you. And so, hey, man, I'm just doing what I can do. It's going to get you taken advantage of and stepped on, exactly, which is exactly what's happened to me, man. I mean, but hey, as of right now, most people just call me crazy. So That's where I stand, and that's why I deserve my disability. I deserve my disability because I'm just a crazy guy who be speaking nonsense and delusions and schizophrenia because I'm just a good guy in a world full of bad guys and I can't find a job. Hey, but you know what though, man? I'm not here trying to have a pity party, a boo-hoo barbecue, or any of that. I'm just telling you that I was born to be a sacrifice because of who my father was and is. And sometimes it just bees like that. You gotta understand the world that you live in a little bit better, you know. But like I said, there's certain jobs that it's like they want to hire me, but it's like I don't know what's the hold up then. If you want to put me on, then put me on because I've been working for my own money pretty much my whole adult life, man. I've never just been out here asking people for anything, right? But because of the state of my life is the reason that I put up all those donations on my YouTube because I didn't fall on hard times. I was forced into it. There's a big difference, right? I was forced out of a job, right? And I was doing good. I was at the top of my game when they forced me out. I wasn't fucking up. I was at the top of my game, and they decided that I was vibing too high and that they were having trouble targeting me and that I was fighting back too hard, so they sabotaged my employment and I haven't been able to find a job since. And it's like you understand what you understand, whether public believes you or not. And it was never the public's business in the first fucking place, but the public always has something to say about it. But it was never the public's business. It was never anybody's business. Life is a personal journey, right? And you want the proof? The proof is this: when your ass is dead and gone, you're gonna be dead and gone by yourself. Even if you are in a accident with multiple other people, they putting you in that refrigerator by yourself. You're not going in as a group, right? They're gonna deal with your corpse individually. That's proof that it's not the world's business. Life is your own personal journey, and whatever you see with your eyes, whatever you learn, whatever knowledge that you acquire through your journey, that's your reality. You know what I'm saying? That's who you are. And there are people that suffer from mental illness, true enough. There are people that suffer from disabilities, true enough. But there are also people that are very keen and have a very sharp eagle eye on the whole world. Like a hawk, you just look down and can see everything that's going on. You can look beyond the horizon and you can see matters that haven't even occurred yet, right? I'm that kind of person, right? I've been that kind of person, right? And for that, you know, when you can get to a place where you can admit what kind of world you live in is very, very devilish and evil and dark, when you can understand, I mean, all you got to do is look at your government. Look what's going on right now. It's like when you can understand that the world you live in was not what you were told as a kid. It was the exact opposite. There are no opportunities unless they're given to you. Like there you can't do anything unless someone approves it out here in this world. It has to be approved. Everybody's movements are monitored. Everybody's under control for the most part. And I do not. Both of my parents have since passed on. One for 20, one for 30 years. You know, and so when you really realize the world that you live in, you kind of understand that, hey man, there's only two kind of people out here, man. There's the ones that get it, and there's the ones that don't get it, right? I'm one of the ones that don't get it even though I get it. So it's kind of to the degree of, well, I get it. I don't get it. I get it. I get it that I don't get to get it. Right? That's where I'm at. I don't get to get it. My life was destined to be difficult and hard, and opportunities were going to be snatched away from me. And it's because I was born to be a sacrifice because of who my father is. My father is the reason that I'm going and have went through all this bullshit in my life. It was because of my father. If it wasn't for him and my mother, I would have had a better life. But in order to have a better life, I would have had to been under complete control over the same people that have control over them. My alleged father is dead. The guy that my mom told me was my father, he's dead. But the guy that's really my father, he's still alive in Las Vegas. And he's been alive. And he still watches me. And he's going to see this video. So when you see this video, Pops, how you doing, sir? Do you still have that Lexus that you had? You know. But yeah, my alleged father died in a car accident back in the early 90s, right? But you know, it's apparent to me that my mother lied to me a majority of my life about who my father was. So, she's gone now anyway, so it's like I wouldn't be able to confront her even if I wanted to, but my father, my real father, he's not dead. No, of course he's not dead. He's the reason that I'm afflicted in my life because, people be a part of stuff that others just can't and will never understand. And that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, hey, man, I don't blame anyone for anything because I understand that we're all individuals and we all, are going to choose what we choose in life and we all have the paths that we're going to walk down, right? And, some people walk down dark paths so they can have, guaranteed success. And with guaranteed success in America comes with a lot of sacrifice, right? And so you just got to think to yourself, like some people that, are born into this world through your loins might end up being one of those sacrifices that you have to make. So, that's what I believe happened in my life because, once again, my phone is compromised and it's been compromised for quite some time. And I don't really like talking about it a lot though, because I get tired of people calling me crazy. It really pisses me off because it's like why does it seem like people like reject the truth, but they're willing to stand on a lie? That's what pisses me off is the fact that most people out here in this world nowadays will reject the truth and they will stand tall on a lie. And so, I'm not like that, which is part of the reason why I've been ostracized and left out of a lot of situation because, like, I'm not saying I've never lied, or it's not even to say I've never stood on a lie. But there is one particular lie that's been going on as a narrative in my life for years and years and years. And nobody will get to the bottom of it, although I know there's many people who know the truth, but they rather stand on the lie. And so, I sit here and I suffer year after year after year, assassination attempts, heavy targeting, harsh treatment from strangers, loss of opportunities for no damn reason, gaslighting me to believe all this shit is my fault. It's just all the cult like behavior that goes on around me. Fake relationships, the love be real from me, but a lot of the other shit is just like, you're put into these conditions by other people, you know what I'm saying? And you sit up here and you have to watch the world stand on a lie and reject the truth. And it's like you can look in the eyes to see. A lot of times you can look square in a person's eyes and see this person knows the truth, but they're standing on a lie. So I need to get away from this person because they know the truth, but they're one of those people. So they're only going to endorse the lie. They'll never endorse the truth because they're compromised. Compromised people don't endorse the truth ever, and they never will. And that's just a ugly fact of life that we're going to have to live with until the end of time. And, the proof is how our government treats us, right? Because as above, so below, right? And because the government is above us and we're below it, we mirror our controllers. We mirror, man, compromised people. I call them compromised, right? Because that's just what I choose to call them, compromised people. Use your imagination, bro. What would Tyrone mean by calling somebody compromised? That means that we're on two totally different programs. If I'm on the truth program, that automatically makes you on the lie program. That means you're going to stand on a lie knowingly, and I'm going to stand on the truth knowingly, and we'll never be able to come together because one of us are compromised and the other one's not. Right? One of us are organic and the other one is synthetic. And that's all I mean. That's all I mean. But hey, listen, man, it's 10:15, man. It was good talking, man. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up for this session, and I'll be back probably early in the AM. If anybody's interested, just catch me there. And it's always a pleasure, though, man. It is always a pleasure.